And there we are. Good evening, Neil. Good evening, fight fans. Welcome to yet another episode of Neil the Deal. I've got Neil in the house. What do you got for us tonight? I hear you have one of my favorite fighters these days lined up. Is that right? You got Mr. Canelo lined up?
Yes, I do, Graham. Good evening. How are you, everybody out there? Nice to see you again, Graham. Thanks for having me out. Listen, guys, I want to say hi. How you doing? All the likes, shares, and subscriptions have been coming in absolutely off the hook. Thank you so very much. We appreciate them all. The shares, the likes, and the subscriptions. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart again. And hopefully you're all out there tonight checking the Neil the Deal show. We're talking about a guy tonight, Graham. You said he's one of your favorite fighters of this day. He's still an active fighter. He's done many pay-per-views over the last few years that have grossed enormous amounts of money. And he's a heck of a fighter. So we're going to be talking about his nickname is Canelo. Canelo actually means cinnamon. Did you know that, Graham?
I did not.
Yeah, he got the name because of his red hair, Canelo. So being translated to cinnamon, I guess it's a Mexican word. And that's how he got the nickname Canelo. So he wasn't born Canelo, he just got the nickname Canelo. So he was born, actually, guys. His real name is Santos Saul Alvarez Barragan. Santos Saul Alvarez Barragan. So he keeps the Alvarez, and he just goes as Canelo Alvarez, right?
Yeah.
So he was born July 18th, one of my favorite days. Same day my father was born, July 18th. Happy birthday on July 18th, Dad. 1990. So that would make Canelo 30 years old right now. So he's still a young guy. He's got lots of fight in him, obviously. You guys check him out. Any of his fights online are tremendous. The guy is definitely in the top 5 fighters in the world right now. Possibly could be the number 1 fighter in the world right now. So he's fought in 5 different weight divisions in his career so far. He's fought in the welterweight division, the light welterweight division. No, I'm sorry, welterweight division, light middleweight division, middleweight, super middleweight, and light heavyweight. So that's a pretty big stretch going from welterweight up to light heavyweight. So that's a big stretch in weight. So he's obviously able to fluctuate quite a number of pounds and still be successful because anytime this guy fights, he basically wins. I think he's got 1 loss. Actually, he does have 1 loss. So he's currently the unified super middleweight world champion, holding the WBA, WBC, and the Ring Magazine titles. So he's got the unified super middleweight title of the world right now. He also has his record of total fights would be 57. So he's over that 50 mark. So 57. He's got 54 wins, 1 loss, and 2 draws. That's a pretty impressive totals. He's got 36 of the 54 wins were by knockout, and that would give him a 63.2% knockout percentage ratio. So again, there, guys, he's over the 60% mark. So that's some pretty fantastic stuff there. He's quite a guy. He's been known, Graham, as probably the best counterpuncher in the game right now. Okay, you watch his fights. He lets guys come at him. They can try to bully him. They can try and push him around, but he just seems to. He has fantastic reflexes. As soon as he sees the guy throw a punch, he's already thrown a punch. So they throw a punch, he's right back with a punch. You know what I mean? Like he's a very toe-to-toe guy. He basically breaks you down. He's a big body puncher, so he wears you down. He throws. Funny enough, I've noticed that he does throw a lot of punches at the arms. So that old strategy of throwing punches at the arms to wear out the guy's arms, I think he's using that. He doesn't do it all the time, but you can see throughout a fight he does that a little bit, to ensure that the guy's feeling the punishment. I guess you would have to say. So, guys, Canelo Alvarez, you got to check this guy out. He's been on pay-per-views. Like, he'll be on more pay-per-views this year for sure. I would suggest if you're going to spend some money on a pay-per-view that you watch Canelo. He's well worth the money, and he does knock guys out. Like, he's got 36 knockouts, but a lot of his recent fights have been going the distance. All right, so I mean, if you're going to spend $80, I guess you're going to get 12 rounds of good fighting instead of the old Mike Tyson fights where they just basically lasted. You could go to the washroom and come back and the fight's over. So, there goes your $80. You didn't even see the fight and you lost your $80. So, he's not that kind of guy, but he does have that capability. He could actually, take people out in the first, second round. So you probably want to start watching the fight right from round one. He's ranked #1 in the world for best active boxer category, pound for pound. So he's ranked #1 as the best pound for pound guy in the world. That'll tell you right there. I mean, if you're the best pound for pound fighter in the world, that is an unbelievable thing. So guys, you really out there, the Talkin Fight fans, Neil the Deal fans, all the people out there, you got to check him out. He's absolutely amazing, and his family life. Actually, we're just going to talk a little bit more about him. His family life. Aha, Mike. There you go. Yeah, I know. Guys, notice that? Looking a little younger today, I think. It's not bad. Haven't done this for a while. Anyways, just thought I'd give it a try. Whatever. I normally don't do it in the winter because your face freezes, but whatever. We'll go with the flow, right? So, anyways, Canelo is the youngest of 8 brothers or 8 siblings. So he has 7 brothers. He has 7 brothers and a sister, or 6 brothers and a sister, right? So there's 8 siblings in the family, and he's the youngest one. So his other 6 brothers, right? 6 brothers are actual professional boxers as well, Graham.
Wow.
So they fought on undercards that he's headlined, and they fought some tough competition too, like Ramon. I think his brother Ramon was on one, and he's got a bunch of brothers. Like, it's a whole fighting family there. There's 7 fighters in the family, like pro fighters. So that's, I guess, be interesting at Christmas time. If somebody had a few too many drinks, what would go on over there? You got 7 professional fighters in the house. That could be quite the brawl. So he turned pro at 15 years old, Graham. Have we ever heard of a guy turning pro at 15? They don't normally, like, 15. And he won the junior nationals in Mexico, right? The national junior nationals. And in his first 19 months, he knocked out 11 of his first 13 opponents. So right off the hop, he was just, he was really doing the job. He didn't really have an amateur career, Graham? Because when he's 15, you go pro, what are you going to do? Have an amateur career at 10? Like, I don't know, right? So he basically, I don't think he had an amateur. Canelo, if you're watching, Mr. Alvarez, if you're watching, maybe you can give us a comment. Did you actually have any amateur fights? I haven't been able to find any, so that's kind of weird, But I guess down there, he's from Guadalajara, Mexico. He was born in Guadalajara, by the way, and it was a very tough town. Probably still is. He still resides there, and probably when he was 15 years old, they probably needed the money, I would think. That's why he had to turn pro at such a young age. They were probably dirt poor, So he's obviously not dirt poor now, Graham, because you know how much his net worth is?
Nope.
Well, not bad for a guy that came from Guadalajara, Mexico, and probably didn't figure he was going to do much more than getting a few street fights, but he's now worth $140 million. That's pretty impressive.
That's not bad.
$140 million and counting. He's going to be in some big pay-per-views this year, guys. Check him out. Canelo Alvarez. He's absolutely crazy. He also apparently he did have a bit of an amateur career, but I don't think it was much. But in I guess the start of his pro career was almost like his amateur career. So his trainer, who was his father and his father's friend, there was an interview that they said he actually fought 10 more fights than is actually stated at 57. It should actually be 67. So there's 10 more fights, and there were 10 knockouts. That's what the father and the friend had said in the interview, that they were in such small towns in Mexico that they had no documentation of the fights early on when he was 15 and 16 years old. So they just didn't document it because he was so young, and he was always fighting older guys too. Like when he was 15, he was fighting 17, 18-year-olds, right? So hell of a career. Some of his notable fights, the ones that I've seen anyways, that are very like amazing to watch. And I mean, pound for pound, the best boxer in the world right now. You guys, you got to really check this guy out. You know, share them, share the videos, like the videos, subscribe to my channel, and share them with your friends and stuff of that sort. So notable fights. We'll start off. He fought Miguel Vasquez twice. Vasquez was the first titles that he was trying to attain, and he beat him both times. So then he fought Jose Cotto, and then he fought a guy named Alvarez versus Canelo, which was the WBC super light middleweight championship. And then he fought another guy, Alvarez versus Baldomir. Baldomir. Check this guy out, Baldomir. He was awesome. So Baldomir basically said to Canelo before the fight, Baldomir said, I believe he only had one loss or something, Baldomir, eh, Graham? And he'd never been knocked out. He'd been knocked down once or something in 50 odd fights, and he was just basically unstoppable. And Canelo knocked him out in the 6th round, out cold, like out cold, didn't get up. And Baltimore has never been the same. Like that was basically, I think that crushed his ego or something. I don't know what happened to him, but he's kind of gone into a hiding after that. So then he fought a guy named Matthew Hatton, who was the European welterweight champion, I believe. It's not Ricky Hatton, it's Matthew Hatton. So it must be part of that Hatton fighting Hatton family over in Europe and England. Then he fought Shane Mosley, which is another guy we're going to talk about one day, Shane Mosley. Absolutely amazing fight, guys. Check it out. Alvarez versus Mosley. It was Alvarez won, unanimous decision, went all the way. So it was a toe-to-toe match. That one was really good. And Canelo versus that's it. That's all we got. We got them all. So 140 million bucks he's made in all these fights, guys. So he's not no chump changer, and a hell of a fighter. Still fighting, active today, and will be probably active for another 5 to 10 years, I would think. So check him out. Keep the likes, the shares, and the subscriptions coming, guys. Neil the Deal is having a blast over here, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything. Hopefully, we'll see you again soon. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, I'll be here. Hopefully, you will be too.
Tomorrow night, 6:30.
Oh, 6:30 tomorrow. Oh, it's Friday. Is it, Graham? Okay, guys. There we go. Right. Graham has decided to change it to 6:30 tomorrow. So I guess every Friday now it's going to be 6:30. I thought that was just a one-off last week, but apparently it's happening every week. So
it's forever.
Yeah, so Monday to Thursday at 7 p.m. and Friday nights, 6:30 p.m. Yes. I'll be here. Hopefully you'll be here. Your friends will be here. Keep them sharing. Keep them liking. Keep them subscribing. Thank you so much for all those. They've been awesome. Keep up the comments. Keep them coming. And Mike, how are you? My beard, I decided I needed a change. Just wanted to change. So hopefully you guys aren't, too scared by it. I don't know. I think I look 5 or 10 years younger. I don't know. I'm looking all right, I think, here.
Well, after tonight's show, I'm going to go up into Google land and find out if there's been any examples throughout history other than Abel and Cain of brothers going toe-to-toe in the ring. Have you ever heard of any brothers going toe-to-toe? Professionally?
Brothers going toe-to-toe. In the NHL, I have, obviously, fighting in the NHL.
Yeah, but I'm saying like in professional boxing.
Boxers? Well,
I don't think I've ever heard.
Not usually. Yeah, there's probably a few, but what usually happens is the brothers will be like for instance Canelo. We'll just use him as the example right here. He's got 6 brothers,
Yeah.
and I believe they're in different weight categories than him. They're either lighter. I think they're lighter than him. Like they're light welterweight and bantam. I don't think they're bantamweight. That's a good question, Graham. Maybe guys look that up. See if there's any brothers that actually have professionally fought each other. That's an interesting thought, So, and like I said, in hockey, it's happened. The Stalls, they'll fight. The Hunter brothers used to fight all the time. Dale Hunter and Mark Hunter. Oh my God, watch that one, guys. One day, the fight in Montreal. Holy moly, against Quebec. Oh my gosh, what a fight! Went on for periods. So yeah, so let's see you guys tomorrow at 6:30. Thanks again. Just appreciate everything. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, and hopefully you can make it out tomorrow night, and we'll be talking a little more talk and fight with you. All right,
Thanks,
guys. Thanks, Graham. Take care of yourselves, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless.
Thank you.